Shannon.
Hi, thank you. So I thought long and hard about what I wanted to say, how I wanted to say it, and I realized there's only 3 minutes. There's so much that goes into it, but really the reason I'm here is because of Sean Krieger's option number 3. So I got
what again?
Sean Krieger's option number 3. He gave you guys 3 options earlier, and that's why I'm here, is because number 3 scared the crap out of me. So I don't know if you guys understand what he's saying, or if you remember all of the past experiences they've had, but at this point, much like what Jennifer said, his wife, when she was talking about how, she thought something was wrong, Sean and we're in a small group together. We go to church together. So the reason we know about what's going on is because Jennifer sent out something saying, please pray for us, because this is the last thing that we can do. We don't know what else to do. We're following the city's guidelines to a T, and they're refusing to accept it. They continually come back. We've had to do revisions on revision, which I personally know. I do business in D. I do business in A. I live in G. I'm all over the city, so I personally know how the city can be in permitting and how it works. So we've had 4 semi-consecutive builds going on at the same time of identical homes, and each one had a different solution or inspection for one firebox. So same street, same neighborhood, same roughly time, and every single time the city would come back depending on the inspector and say something different. But really what I think this means at this point, or where we are, is that fiscally every citizen needs to be aware of what's going on here, because it's a trickle down from him. He wants nothing more than truly to put affordable housing in, housing that is not uninhabitable like the city has so much of. And I know the city built homes to try and move people who were living without plumbing, and they wouldn't move because they don't want to leave where they live. They've gotten used to their neighborhood. They're old. They want to stay in that area. This is the kind of opportunity to keep them in the area at an affordable rate, to get rid of the uninhabitable and the damaged areas. It's continuing to marginalize communities that it shouldn't be marginalizing. It puts people out of business that are small businesses trying to build something for this city, and it shows them that the city really doesn't care. They want to talk about Lift Every Voice. They want to talk about how we like small business. They want to talk about how we want to fix all of this, and continually the city is proving that they don't. So as a citizen, and even more importantly as a friend, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that everybody understands how this affects them in their pocketbook and in their district. This is not just District D, this is every single district, and more people would be here talking about it if they didn't fear retribution from the city. But they do, and I would love to say that that's just an accusation I'm making, but they have experience of it. They've got experience of the retribution. We've had experience with it. So I'm here today to ask that you guys would do what he asked, put it on the ballot, put it to a vote, and get his sewer line in.
Councilmember Stardick.
Thank you, Mayor. Recently we've got a new director, I believe. When did Chris Butler start?
Probably a little over a year ago. Yeah,
about a year ago. So I know he's trying to turn the ship around, and it's a culture. As a realtor from before, going on council, so a long time ago, it ebbs and flows as to how this actually works. And we get complaints, and you're right. There's fear of retribution. There's fears of their project being stalled. There's all sorts of things. When you're at the mercy of these departments, basically, or whoever's in that department, for getting your work out and in a timely manner. You've got construction loans, everything involved and tied up. So I hear everything you're saying. I am going to say that I'm going to be following closely, and I'm sure Councilmember Laster and a few others. The table review is what I'm assuming, Mayor, we're talking about with the director.
Yes.
And this is what the director promised another large developer. So it's not the small, it's big also.
No, it's all developers. It's all,
right now.
It literally is hurting every single person in the city.
That is not true.
Well, let me just say that Director Butler is trying to get, if it's perception or reality, he's working very hard to try to make that right. So I'm looking forward to hearing how that meeting, how the outcomes of that meeting. And so if y'all could keep us in the loop, I'd appreciate it. I know you, and I appreciate your coming down on behalf of your friends. I think it's an appropriate thing to do. But we need to make sure that we give the director the opportunity, and the mayor's giving that opportunity, and let's take advantage of that. Please, let's make that meeting if we can.
Who all can attend that meeting?
We'll set the meeting up with the
No.
Krugers.
Like, can I attend it with
no,
them?
ma'am.
Or?
We'll just set it up with them, and the director. But the meeting will take place on Tuesday. Okay.
Thank you for coming down.
Thank you very much.
Friend.
The next speaker, Tracy Shannon.